back in show reunion. It's your boy Dave Thomas holding down here in Midtown, New York City with my livest audience and my DJ in the building, DJ E. Outside. Make some noise one time. From performances to laughter and so much more, season 1 and 2 is back in the function to reminisce about old memories on the show and how they've been within the careers. Now help me introduce my first set of guests on the reunion. Please make some noise for Young BossMedia, Monica, Theddy Journey, and Zentaya. Ladies, y'all back in the function. How y'all feeling today?
What's going on? What's going on?
You see, what's good about, you know what I'm saying, being a content creator, you get to collab with others, and I've worked with each and every one of you, and I thank you for that. But, just real quick, tell the people, what you're doing, how your experience was on the show.
I'll start. So first of all, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations for getting here.
Thank you.
That's just, major shout out to you.
Appreciate that.
My name is Monica Sekhmet Grant, Young BossMedia, CEO, executive producer. I produce several programs, and I also do PR for nonprofit organizations. I know how to get the bag. I know how to flip it. The bag, the real bag,
cool.
and to be able to bring it back to the community. So that's my main focus, is creating content that uplifts us and raises our consciousness.
Theddy.
Hey guys, yet again, you are Tyler, Perry in the making.
Appreciate that.
I can't wait to see those days when I walk into your own, just your own studio sets and it's your name on the building. But my name is Theddy. I am the founder and content creator of Women in Company. It's a talk show where we redefine society one conversation at a time. And what we do is we don't tell fake news. We don't tell altered news. We tell the real news and story of real people and what, situations that everyone go through, from the everyday person to a boss woman to artists to people, politician, anything that you can think of. We talk about everything that you may be shy to talk about, but we say it on our show.
I appreciate
That's dope.
Zentaya.
Hey. How you doing?
How you doing?
So my name is Zentaya, and I'm the owner of Fast Hart Collection and Hart Magazine. I created Hart Magazine to bring exposure to up-and-coming businesses and different forms of artistry. And my experience on the show was super dope. And I was kind of nervous because I'd never been on an actual show like this. But he made me very comfortable, and it was just an amazing experience.
I appreciate that.
That's
I appreciate that. Well, Young Boss, I've been on your show before, and you have produced, over, correct me if I'm wrong, 8 or more shows. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
More. How do you do it? Let's talk about how do you do it? Do you ever feel pressure? I mean, I understand you got a team behind you, but do you ever feel the pressure when you're constantly producing multiple shows at once? How is it?
So, the pressure comes from me. I just feel like, when you always want to see more for your environment.
Right.
That's where the pressure comes from. There's no outside force telling me that I have to overproduce and I have to do this much, because really the masses aren't doing anything. So really it just comes from my creative spirit. It comes from God saying all right, I'm giving you these gifts, go run with it, because what you do, with what you have, God's gonna either expand it or He's gonna take it away. And so for me, it's just am I utilizing the gifts that I've been given and continuing to grow and then help more people with it. So the pressure's really on me. So you don't know when I mess up. You don't know when I'm failing. I fail every day, but you don't know it because you're not in my head.
And I think that's why you motivated me a lot, because when I first started producing, you told me that, listen, your first episode, your first script, everything, it's gonna be trash. It's gonna be trash.
It's gonna
you
suck.
laughed in my face the first episode I did. But I'm happy you did, because it taught me a lot, and then you see, 2 great seasons, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Tough love, it's all good.
Now, Zentaya, you got your magazines. You have so many different issues, and I was a part of it. Hopefully they can catch that. You know what I'm saying? But tell me what's the challenges with getting people and creating the magazine itself.
Well, creating a magazine itself is hard. Well, I wouldn't say hard, but it's challenging because I'm the only person that does it. So I do the photography, I do the layout, I do the design, the writing, the interviews.
One woman army.
I do everything.
Do it all.
Yes.
Right, cool,
so with that being said, it's a great experience for me because I know how I want it to lay out, I know how I want it to look. So when I deliver it and people see it, it's amazing. And then with the magazine as well, I do poetry and R&B shows to bring exposure to those artists that are looking for a platform to, expose themselves. So I'm actually having a show tomorrow if anybody interested in coming. It's going to be in Bushwick.
All right, cool. Theddy.
What's that?
You know the vibes.
You know,
You know, your motto itself, you know, where you redefine society one conversation at a time. Like, what was it about that motto that made you say, you know, this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to focus on when creating my brand?
Well, you know, I'm Haitian.
Okay, cool.
So I think for me, my parents, like, if you tell me I can't do something, I'm rebellious. So I'm gonna like show you that I can. And my parents always said that you had to be a nurse. That's the only way you're gonna make it and make money. And that's like for all Caribbean
all
people.
Parents go down
right?
the medical route.
You gotta go down the medical route.
I think they laughing too, like that's right?
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just wanted to show them like I can do this, you know, and I will do it. And it's all about showing results. And I'm still working on it because, as she said, I fail. Not people don't know it, but I go through my lumps and everything too. And I hit the ground, but I just got to get back running. You know what I mean? But that's really it. And I'm gonna redefine it by showing. That's all I could do. Showing you the truth.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Now, Monica, you know, along the way with your brand, you have recruited so many like people from high school, you know, before they transition to college, you know, to work under your brand, get the, you know, hands-on experience working in media, working with the camera, you know, 'cause this is stuff they want to learn. But like, how do you feel when you see like your interns really working and they're making you proud? Like, wow, like you're using my equipment, you're using my stuff, and you're creating the content. I'm just sitting back teaching you. Like, how do you feel about that?
I love it. It's like, you know, I don't know if I'll ever be a mother. Maybe I will. Maybe it's in the stars. But like, thank you. You know, people are saying that. So maybe I'll be, you know, big on one of your shows. You can interview me during that time. But it's kind of like a mother, you know. It's being able to see a seed bloom, you know. And so it's very special. And so like I don't take it for granted. I'll tell you that. I don't take any of this for granted. I don't take any of my time that somebody actually sits and listens to me. Because what made you special is that as much as I was like big sis ranting and raving, you kept coming back.
Yeah, I did.
And so I knew that, like, if you keep coming back and you keep listening and you're asking like very detailed questions, that it's meaningful. And so when I would see you start to implement it and you hit the ground running with your second season, because remember I was like, yo, you got to get it moving, you know.
Yeah.
And so to see you actually doing that, I'm extremely proud because like I didn't have anybody sit down with me in the media game. I just caught on quick, you know. So the more of us that there is, the easier it is. You know, we shouldn't feel like we're alone doing everything. I don't want to be alone doing nothing. I'm not this black woman that's going to carry everything. All of us got to carry our own weight, and the more that we do that, the more that we can have an industry that's not dependent on some white man coming to save us. Like, nah, we got this.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Brandon.
So you got to keep going.
You got to keep going.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Now, as I say, you know, you always holding down like these venues, you know, for artists and stuff like that. But like, tell us like, what are the requirements to getting in? Like, do they have to contact you? Like, how is it?
So to be in the magazine itself, I kind of scout and look for people.
Okay,
but
cool.
if you are interested in being part of it, you can contact me on social media or through email at fasthartcollection.com or Fast Heart Collection on Instagram. And then as far as the show, it's the same format as well.
Okay, cool. Need to get some of these ladies in the magazine
no,
too.
we're gonna talk
Okay,
after this.
word.
I'm
there.
Now we're gonna take a quick break, but when we come back, HB, Dre Love, and Eskimo Snow on his stage to talk about music, record labels, and so much more. So don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Awesome.